We'll start with Justin Jackson. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, obviously you guys have different practice gyms, different meeting rooms than the men's team, but when the men's team last week had positive tests, did you guys have to take extra precautions for you guys?
Not really. Like you said, we don't use their practice gym. The only thing that we share is the meal room and need to say the Coliseum. But they clean those rooms and everything, so we really wasn't worried about that.
Joe Mercado.
Mike, how much of an unknown is your opponent, considering they haven't played in a month and you don't have a lot of new tape on them?
Yeah, and are they bringing everybody? We'll see game time who they're playing and who's dressed and all that. So, we know that's the way it's going to be this year. So we'll just, we're prepared for everybody and then do what we do. And then that way we're ready for the game no matter who dresses.
Charles Montgomery.
Coach, could you speak on the impact that Kirsten Deans has had on your team this season?
Yeah, she's the energy. She plays with so much energy. She plays with a lot of heart. She's tough too. Now she'll run through a wall. So she gives us that meanness and plays extremely hard. But also, she's scoring the basketball, which really helps us. And she always guards the best perimeter player on the other team. So she enjoys playing defense. So she's a complete player and has really done a great job this year for us so far.
Kevin Kinder.
Mike, you've discussed, that you've got more scoring balance this year. You're not so dependent on inside or outside like it's been in some past years. Has the biggest thing been making adjustments from game to game, to figure out, hey, what's the best way we can attack our opponent in this game?
Absolutely. I mean, it depends on the other team and the size or, where we feel weaknesses on the other team. But that's a luxury we have this year, that we can go inside a little bit more or we can stay out on the perimeter if they're just going to sag in the paint and hit shots. So that's why we've been able to score, because we can score from inside and out. And I'm always saying you have to get paint touches. Now, the paint touches needs to be not only by the post, but also the guards. The guards need to get in the paint and make things happen. So when you always hear me say we need to get more paint touches, I'm talking about the whole team.
Darren Zaslow.
Yeah, Coach. Obviously, you guys pick up a big win without Kaiser this weekend. Are you expecting her to be back for another big game tomorrow night?
Yeah, she did practice yesterday and will be there today. So, yeah, we expect her to play. Yes.
Justin Jackson.
Coach, obviously from year to year, it's always different, and, personnel and obviously everything's different this year with COVID, but you guys, last year you guys got off to that great start and then struggled down the stretch. Do you even bring that up to this team in terms of, keeping them focused for the second half of the season?
Not really. Every team's different, Justin. Even though you have a lot of the same players, different things happen during the course of the year. Different chemistry, different, that type of stuff. I think our chemistry this year is a lot better than it was last year. I think our work ethic this year is a lot better than it was last year. And I think a lot of our younger players got a lot better from last year. So to answer your question, no, I don't bring that up because, we need to look at the very next game, Kansas State. We're looking at Kansas State and then we'll move on. And I just think you can't get too ahead of yourself. You just got to take one game at a time. I know all the coaches always say that, but I'm really like that. I'm not talking about no other game but Kansas State, and then we'll talk about the next game.
Ryan Pritt.
Hey, Mike, the last couple of games you've expressed some concerns over your team's energy level a little bit. I know the last game you're really talking about just kind of looking tired. And when you're in the middle of a stretch like you guys are in, is there anything you can do to help alleviate that? And do you get a sense that, I guess just how do you assess the overall energy level heading into tomorrow?
I thought our energy level yesterday was good. Now, they were able to get a day off on Sunday. So that really helped, I thought. And then, we make it mandatory they get in the cold tub or other things to try to refresh their legs. And then you cut practice back a little bit. And I told practice, I said, this is the problem. I'm cutting practice back time we're in here and correct some of the problems we've been having. So this team does a great job of that. When I say, okay, we're only instead of 3, energy level just shoots up out of the sky. And I can get more out of them in an hour and a half, and they go hard.
Back to Justin.
Hey, Coach, last one for me. Just in terms of rescheduling games, can you give us some insight on like how that actually goes? Is it the Big 12 basically trying to, find the right slots and the right, spaces and then basically dictating that to you guys, or is there some give and take in the matter?
Actually, I thought in the beginning there was some give and take. Now there's no give and take. The Big 12 tells us where we're playing, what time, and who we're playing, whether it's home or away. And they have to do that. And their defense, there's so many games that have been canceled. So it's going to happen to everybody. I don't look at it as a negative to play everybody, and you're fortunate enough to get an opportunity to play everybody. So I never make it a negative. They tell us, we're off Saturday. If they say, hey, all of a sudden you have to play Saturday, we'll go play Saturday. We'll do the scout and get ready and play Saturday.
Joe Bricado.
Like the big post player Lee had a couple of good games against you last year. How difficult is it a challenge to guard her?
Well, it is. She's a legit 6'6", and has got stronger and more mobile. So she's a great player in this conference. It takes 3 people to guard her, though. I mean, I always say that you have to have ball pressure on the passer to get them back on their heels a little bit and get the ball above their head. So you have to have ball pressure on the passer. You have to front her, and then you have to have weak side. So it takes 3 people when they make that pass in there. A lot of people just blame the person guarding them. Well, 8 out of 10 times it's not that person's fault. You didn't have weak side or there wasn't ball pressure on the ball. So we'll front her, and then we got to get the other 2 to do their job.
Darren, go ahead.
Coach, in a game like this, do you expect to make more in-game changes? Because who knows how realistic a scout could be with a team that's played, about a month ago? Is that what you're expecting?
Yeah, we know they're going to play like a 1-3-1 zone. We know they're going to play a 2-3 zone. Early in the season when they were played a little bit of man. We know they're going to do that. We know they're going to overload for the 6'6" girl. There are certain things, because I've been in this league and Jeff's been in this league a while, that I know what he likes to do and they know what we like to do. So he's not going to go away from that. He's not going to go away from that. Now they may have some new wrinkles. They may do some different things, and we will have to adjust to that. But they're going to play their zone and they're going to overload on offense. We do know that.
Any more questions today? All right, if the TV crew could stay on to ask a few more questions of Coach,